You need to know whether the agency's actions have been successful in reducing fraud and abuse. And one way that the agencies examine the effectiveness is by measuring performance as required by the Government Performance and Results Act of 1993 as amended by the GIPR Modernization Act. One of CMS's goals is to fight fraud and work to eliminate improper payments. Isn't that right?
We are absolutely focused on the improper payment rate and working to reduce that rate.
And isn't it correct that CMS target improper payment rate for Medicare fee-for-service for fiscal year 2013 was 8.3%? Was that about what the target was?
Yes.
Now that translates to about $36 billion in losses. So what I don't understand is why is it acceptable to have about a $36 billion loss rate that's acceptable?
I don't think it's about acceptability, sir. We are focused on the improper payment rate and reducing that rate as much as feasible. I will say just 2 points on the improper payment rate. One is it is not equivalent to the fraud rate. Improper payments do not measure the amount of criminal behavior that is in the Medicare program. That's often an area of confusion I find amongst stakeholders. Second, what it really does, I think, demonstrate is the ability of providers to follow our strict payment guidelines and requirements, namely, and most particularly, documentation requirements. So we see, for example, areas where the improper payment rate continues to rise, like certain institutional providers, DME suppliers, home health services.
And it went up for 2013 for you to 10.7%, I think.
Well, I think what we've done is institute a lot more specific requirements in those areas in order to reduce fraud, waste, and abuse. Those requirements can take time for providers to catch up with, and what we see is documentation lags and the improper payment rate goes up.
I guess what I'm concerned about that you went from 8.5% to 10.7%, which says it's getting worse.
Again, I think it is an outcome of our more stringent requirements. I think this shows the balancing act between trying to be very strong on program integrity, which is really enforced by strong rules and regulations, and then those rules and regulations being difficult for providers to follow.
The bottom line up front is you didn't meet your goals and it's getting worse.
Correct. Well, we did not meet our goal, and we have taken proactive steps to help reverse that trend. One is we work very closely with providers to help educate them on our rules, to make sure that they're able to follow our rules, follow our documentation requirements. We've instituted, sort of point audits that allow us to look at specific.
I get all that. I'm just saying bottom line for taxpayers is the amount of money that's been done in improper payments is greater than the entire budget of the state of Pennsylvania. So I hope you'll improve that. Let me ask this.